Okay, this is a video of my 2002 Volkswagen on just going down the highway normally, getting 40 miles to gallon, and then at low speeds, and then another one on initial startup for the first half mile or so before I come to a stop, and it shows you that the car is getting outrageous gas mileage, and I haven't figured out why. But this is with our CP4U device. Okay, that CP4U F3 was originally designed for real high speed, and it still does quite well at high speed. It gets 47 to 50 miles to a gallon average, including start and stop on trips at 80 miles an hour, which is I would say average on the stock cars around 32, but it's really programmed to run at low speeds, so it does better at low speeds than the F2 did, the earlier version. But I expect it at some point we're going to figure out what makes this thing do what it's doing, and we'll be able to make it get 250 miles to a gallon at 30 miles an hour, and that's really what that will be the ultimate achievement. When you get in 250 miles to a gallon, it doesn't matter. You're not really using any fuel. It's even at 100 miles to a gallon, you don't notice the fuel use. I road tested this car and another car against it a couple months ago, and we had a university professor observe the whole thing and oversee it. And the car that we tested it against, it jumped from one car to the other, and this is not uncommon, but we didn't realize at the time. And the car averaged 72 miles to gallon at 80 miles an hour. That car. Ours only got 47. As I said, that's about average for our car. This car has a problem with carbon buildup in the manifold, and I didn't realize it at the time, or else it would probably gotten 72 also. Now, everybody was a little upset about that, and on the return trip to bring the next day, I decided to take the car we tested against home to see what happened. And I got 100 miles to a gallon for 100 miles, and then I filled it up then, and I used 0.97 gallons for 100 miles. That was right on the nose, and drove it home, and it still got 100 miles to a gallon. So then I took the CP4U F3 off of the car and left it sit for 3 days, and it went back down to 32 miles to a gallon at 80. So it's a true number until we get somebody to recognize this. These are phenomenal numbers. I mean, I can't understand why nobody's done much about it, but obviously nobody gets this kind of fuel mileage, and it would really blow the doors off of an electric car in terms of fuel use, if you look at how the actual figures work, because somebody's got to make the electricity, and they're making electricity with a lot of times coal. But even if they're making it with natural gas, this car is much better in terms of fuel use than any car being produced in the world today.